What's good, YouTube? Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all feeling blessed. Back with another video. We're gonna get right into it. Today's topic is we are all still athletes. It might not have to be with a jersey on or playing in a league. Definitely still cater to you as well, but a majority of the population isn't doing that anymore. They don't feel as athletic as they're aging, but we're all still athletes. We are. I get it. I know we're not, on a track field with cleats anymore like our high school days. We may not, be on a field or court every week. And last time we might have laced up might have been a decade ago, but we still want to preserve our power, our strength, our movement quality, and to do some of the fun things that we do in our life still. Dancing, being able to play around with the kids, nephews, nieces, all those things still require athletic qualities. In order for you to squat and pick up something quickly, or even to play and move or bounce with the kids, it requires for you to be able to contract pretty quickly. So I would say that's pretty athletic. You're decelerating, you're able to stop and start. Athletic qualities, you feel me? Now, how this gets represented in programming is where the coach and the client, there's a combination of collaboration and also the coach being an advocate for whatever preferences or where the client sees themselves going. So it may not be off the bat, first month or so, you just already start going into max velocity sprints. It's a lot of force on your body, especially for somebody in a certain population that hasn't been moving in that capacity in quite a while. They may be able to show up and do it once or twice or do it a few weeks in a row, but after a while they may crumble because the foundation is not there. But still, there's ways to incorporate speed and quicker contractions and get the body acclimated to it and recovering enough to be able to add that into the fold. It could be even progressions throughout a training block of just increasing in speed. Now, obviously, majority of the population might not have velocity-based training metrics. They're not gonna have a cord that attaches to a barbell. That may be far and few between, but videotaping, showing, the reps, you can visually see there may be a difference from week to week, and it could just be the prescription of a squat. It could be, hey, we're staying at a certain weight. Let's say there's 155 pounds on the bar, whatever, and you're going for a certain amount of reps. The goal is to keep it simple. Try to go as quick as you can for 5 reps. And week to week, you can visually just see the differences. Maybe you were trying to get the coordination and the movement pattern the first few weeks or the first block or so. You were just controlling down nice and smooth on the eccentric of the negative and then driving up, at a decent tempo. After you got acclimated to it, before you even start to add weight, then you just go for more intent, quicker speed. Think a simple cue could be like you're trying to hit your head on the ceiling, like drive and squat really quickly. And that's gonna be helping with producing more concentric power, which is, again, being able to accelerate, stop and start, get out of breaks, whatever the case is, i.e. something that is athletic. So this gets you back in the space of just feeling good. It's preserving a quality that's first to go as we age. It can even get you back in confident in just how you're feeling and your movement in general, which may actually inspire you to get back into even doing a sport. So these are certain frames and ways to look at it, because we all have the potential to do it. We don't have to have a jersey on anymore to do it. These are things you want to still be able to do. You want to be able to, hey, you got to cross the street and maybe you got to help somebody, or you got to jog to get something. You want to still be able to, in an instant, be able to take that burst and go, whatever the case is. You want to keep these qualities going for as long as you can, for resilience, for independence. They're also going to be correlated to how you function in your older age, from your memory to your speech to your movement, how you feel, circulation throughout your body, your vitals, your markers. All of these things are going to attribute and going back to your muscle, and having more type 2 fibers and having more strength is only going to benefit you. So I don't want us to be in that frame of mind to where it's just, oh, that's only for that population. The more that we distance ourselves from it, the further it's actually going to be from us, and it's going to be less attainable when it's right in front of us. And we're kind of sold on this lie that, once we are out of high school or once we stop doing those things, that we can't get back to them. Our issue, it goes back to videos I've mentioned previously of our personalities. Sometimes it's all or nothing. It's like, well, I haven't done this in 10 years, so I could just go back and I could play pickleball for the first time with Jim. I could then go hoop on Saturday with Tony, And it's like you haven't done those things in 10 years. So now what happens is you see videos go out, or you just see a whole ideal around a certain topic, and people are gonna just hone in on that. It's like, this sport is bad, sprinting is bad, doing this and this style of training is bad. And it's like, time out. I'm like, one, this is the pot. You only have had 2 or 3 ingredients in this pot for like 2 decades. You've been working, you've had family and life stressors, you walk here and there, that's your pot. Now you mean within 2 weeks, you're adding in basketball that you haven't done, you're working on agility, cutting, stopping, starting, and stamina and running. You add the pickleball in, again, more agility, cutting, angles, positions that you have not been in 2 decades. And then you're gonna just like completely just bash those things. It doesn't equate. 1 + 1 is not equaling 2. And these are the kind of frame of mind that people get in. And this is where I come in, because I want to have us stray from that. I don't want to demonize any specific modality, any specific style of training or thing. I want you to be in the mind frame of, hey, if I do it gradually and I just immerse myself into the thing, I do it at a capacity that I can recover from, and then I show up again because I'm available to do so and I'm not out of commission. If you attack it in that way, you're gonna be able to do it for a longer period of time. I hope that makes sense and that resonates with you. But we are all athletes, don't give up on it. You're only gonna benefit from it. You're only gonna be more resilient, more robust, and be as independent as long as you want to. You're gonna look better in your clothes, you're gonna feel better, you're gonna have a pep to your step. So definitely something that you should consider adding into your style of training and your program, whatever it is, CrossFit, powerlifting, bodybuilding. You should try to implement that in some capacity, because it's a stone unturned if you don't. And there's plenty of ways to do it. You do it for upper body and lower body too. I gave you the example of the squat. Even for upper body, it could be something as subtle as a push-up. Maybe I'm not picking on a certain style, but let's say bodybuilding is super, for the most part, you're gonna be going through really slow controlled reps. You may have some quick concentrics. You may be going through deep ranges of motions and things of that nature, but a good way to maybe excite your nervous system, introduce some power, could just be something as subtle as a medicine ball chest throw. It could be something as subtle as just a plyo or explosive push-up. That could be something that your body hasn't been acclimated to in a while, and if you do it with the right dosage, you don't overdo it, you can start to scale it. And that can be a quality that you develop that helps in turn with all the other stuff that you do. Recruiting more muscle fibers, recruiting more neurons throughout that region or whatever part of your body, more motor recruitment, and now more access, pushing heavier and stronger weight, bigger bench, more mass. You know what I'm saying? It just goes down the chain. So something to think about, something to incorporate. I definitely think we all have it in us, and it's definitely just a mind frame shift. But that's all I got. I hope that gave you a spark, inspired you, made sense. Like, comment, subscribe. That's all I got. Hope you have a great night. Peace.